Alright guys, what we are going to look at today, this is video 4 of the free enterprise system. We're going to look at government revenue and expenditures. Notes entry 8.4, and if you want to watch a fun YouTube video, you can look at Schoolhouse Rock, Where the Money Goes. Enjoy that ride. Today we're going to learn about fiscal policy. Now fiscal policy is going to go about how the government taxes and spends money. One of these ways, one of their ideas is Keynesian economics. They increase government spending and decrease taxes to help the economy. So they feel like if they decrease money, increase spending, it produces jobs and it gives more money to spend to consumers, and hopefully this comes back around. The horse barrow analogy, trickle-down economics, supply side economics, this all comes from they're going to lower the tax rate of the producers. And by doing so, it's going to give them more of an incentive to open up new businesses and put money back into the economy. Therefore, they'll create more jobs this way. This is trickle-down economics, and this became popular with Ronald Reagan when he was president. Taxation. The government does increase taxes a lot more often than what they should. We all know this. But higher taxes equal fewer new businesses because people don't want to start a new business when you have a higher tax at the beginning of it because it takes too much money out of it to begin with. There are two types of taxes that you need to worry about. The first one is going to be income tax. Half of all government revenue comes from income tax. This is tax on wages, exemptions, deductions. Corporate income tax is a tax on business profits. There are taxes everywhere. When you guys start working, you're going to get a paycheck and it's going to say income tax on it. That's federal income tax, and that's what you're going to have taken out of it. Property tax is a stable tax, same about year after year, unless they come up with something. They do adjust for rates of inflation from time to time, and this is a primary revenue for local government. This is sort of like, for those of you who have cars already, you have to go get your little sticker that says the year on it. You have to pay your tax on your car, your property tax on your car, before you're able to get that sticker, and that tax you pay down here at Newton, or you can send in a check if you do it on time. We also have sales tax. We all know that every state has a sales tax, I think. Might be one that doesn't, but let's not worry about that because North Carolina does have a sales tax. That's all that matters to us. Based on purchases and easy to collect, this is a primary source for states. More money spent and more taxes is paid. And sin taxes, taxes on undesirable products where you go cigarettes and alcohol. Soft drinks are what we're looking at. Gasoline gets really taxed a lot. North Carolina gets very heavily taxed. Sales tax, one of the more interesting stories you may have heard about is that the Carolina Panthers petitioned for a new stadium. They got a half-cent sales tax increase in North Carolina. Other taxes are, this is your excise tax, that sort of goes along with what we just went along, but usually another definition for it is a tax on price of the gas and tobacco. Social Security taxes, this comes out of your paycheck as well. This is a federal retirement plan, so when you retire, hopefully there's still money left in there. Don't cross your fingers. Estate taxes is where you get an inheritance, and you get taxed on your inheritance. Don't ask me why, but you do. And tariffs are charged on imports, so when Nissan comes over here and they make a car for $2,000, we charge a tariff tax on that product to get it up to a more comparable amount to what our own industries do. Non-tariff revenue, this is where the government selling off excess government land or property, or user fees, tolls to pay to drive on a road. These really stink. I've got one the other day and they charge you out the wazoo in no time flat. Fines, well, you've all heard my story about parking fines at Appalachia State. They are not fun. Fees such as licenses and disposal permits, these are, what you're going to do if you go get your driver's license, CDL, stuff of that nature. And then you've got the funny thing is North Carolina Education Lottery, and you can look at where the money goes, and only about 29% actually goes to school. A lot more of the revenue goes to other places, and I looked at the facts of numbers the other day, and a lot more of the money goes into the road system nowadays than what actually goes into the school system to make sure that that budget is caught up. Expenditures, this is money out. These change every year. Healthcare is 23% of the budget, although I would probably argue that this figure is dated a little bit because this is 2008, so we all know what's happened with that. With the Affordable Health Care Act, you do have national security is 21%. Last time I did check, the money that comes out for our armed services is equal or if not above than every other government's expenditures for the armed forces combined. Balanced Budget Act, Graham-Rudman-Hollings Act of 1985. State government is required to balance budget. So the state government cannot borrow money to operate its day-to-day functions. They can borrow money to purchase new land or stuff, new businesses, but they cannot operate unless they have a balanced budget. Intergovernmental revenue, this is where money goes handles back and forth, and government receives grants to help financially. This is a federal grant aid. This is where they ask the federal government for money to make sure that they maintain their balanced budget. For college loans, farms, etc. Some of these things go back into school systems as well. All right, thank you guys, and I will post up video 5 shortly.